Uh, First one I will do is h after f of x, okay? First of all, h after f of x, what does that mean? It means do the f rule first, do the h rule second, okay? So you replace f of x with what? What does this get replaced with in this question? It gets replaced with 3x plus 2 because we're doing question 2 at the moment, okay? So it's h of 3x plus 2. Now, the rule for h is whatever x is, whatever it is, take away 5. So it's going to be 3x plus 2, take away 5, which is going to get me 3x minus 3. So that's the answer for 2 part 2. Wasn't that bad. Now, 2 part 4, guys, what does it want you to do this time around? H after h of x. What do you replace h of x with? Anybody? What does h of x get replaced with? It says it in question 2. Okay, so you do the h rule for x minus 5. What is the h rule again? Whatever it is, take away 5. It's x minus 5, take away another 5, which will get you x minus 10. Anybody? Okay guys, so in part 6 what we have is, I think it's, what's f after f, is it? So f after f. So, Josh, can you tell me the first thing you do with f of x?
You replace it with 3x plus 2.
Because the rule for f of x is 3x plus 2. So you replace it with 3x plus 2. So now you're getting f of 3x plus 2. What do you have to do to find that answer?
You put it in, so it's 3x plus 2 plus 2.
No. See the x. See the way if you look up the top here, not the very top here, see the way the x is here. Whatever is in the bracket, you multiply that by 3 and you add on 2. That's what it means. So whatever's in the bracket, you multiply it by 3 and you add on 2. So what's in the bracket is 3x plus 2. You got to multiply it by 3 and then add on 2. Okay? And what do we get?
9x plus 8.
Dave, can you show me the homework there? So guys, the rule is, for the f rule is, whatever comes beside the f, you multiply by 3 and you add on 2 for this question. Okay? And it's going to be 6 plus 2, and you get 9x plus 8. Is that right? 9x plus 8. Alright. We're going to move on now. We're going to move on now is to question 3. Now, Jordan, what you do for question 3 part 2? G after f of 2.
You do the g function first.
The one that's closest to the 2. Which letter is closest to 2? The f function. So the rule for the f function is what?
X squared plus 2.
So whatever is beside the f, square it and add on 2. Only for this question. So it says x squared plus 2. Whatever it is, square it, add on 2. So what is it?
2 squared plus 2.
2 squared plus 2. And f2 therefore is going to be 6. So what are we left with now? What's left? What have we not used yet?
G.
So we're looking for G, 6. Dylan, what's the rule for G for this question?
X plus 7.
So whatever it is, add on 7. So what is it?
6 plus 7.
6 plus 7 gets us 13. Okay, and that's your first question done. It wasn't actually that bad. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, part 4. Connor Moore, what you do with G after G of 4? G after G4.
You get x plus 7.
You do G4 first, and you're right, that's the function x plus 7.
So 4 then bracket x plus 7.
So remember that the G rule is whatever it is, you're going to add on 7. Do you see? See the way it says G of x is x plus 7.
Yeah.
X represents what it is you're using. Okay? So whatever you're using, you're going to add on 7 for the G rule. So what is it that you're using? 4. So 4 plus 7
is 11.
is 11. Now that you've done what's in this box, what's left over then? G brackets. Huh?
G11.
G11, perfect. And what's the rule for G again?
X plus 7.
Whatever it is, add on 7. Okay, wherever x is, add on 7. So what's the answer then?
11 plus 7.
Exactly, which is?
18.
There you go. It's not too bad. Okay, that's part 4. Okay, so next one after that is part 6. And we're going to go with Dennis. Part 6, what do you think you're going to do? This one here, f after f of minus 1. So you do f minus 1. How'd you do f minus 1?
X squared plus 2, and then put minus 1 squared plus 2.
Okay, so whatever it is, we're going to square it and we're going to add on 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's minus 1 squared plus 2 gets me 3.
And then after that, next rule f3.
So we're now doing f3. And what's the rule for f again?
X squared plus 2.
So whatever it is, square it.
So we put in 3 squared plus 2.
And what do we get?
11.
11. Anybody get that one as 11? Okay, good. You see the word solve. What does solve mean? What way do all solve questions end up looking like? So you can either have 1 or 2. 1 if it's a linear, 2 if it's a quadratic. Your answer's got to end up like that, just by reading the word solve. Next thing to figure out is what we're doing here. F after f of x equals 1. So we're just going to concentrate on this part here, and we're going to pretend that the equals 1 isn't happening yet. It's like question 2 basically. So what do we do first then, Ken? So what is f of x? So Keane read from this specific question that it's 2x minus 5. Okay? And then what is f of 2x minus 5 then? No, sorry. I'll show you why. I think I know why you're confused there. Just give me 1 second. If I got rid of this here, so what I replaced was, see this part here? That got directly replaced with the 2x minus 5. I still have to do the f rule for this. Okay. So 2 times whatever it is minus 5. Do you remember the x just represents a bracket, and you got to put something in that bracket. What do you have to put in that bracket? Anybody know? 2x minus 5. And then multiply it out.
Do you not have to do equals 1?
I will. I just said, remember I put a big box around it. I just said just ignore the equals 1 for a minute.
Okay.
And what do we get? 4x minus 10 minus another 5 and 4x minus 15. Okay, so we're going to be left with 4x minus 15, and I told you to ignore the 1. Now what happens? Mick, how'd you finish this off?
Sorry?
How'd you finish it off? Just this part here?
Bring the 15 over. 4x equals 1 plus 15.
16, right?
Okay.
Then after that?
X equals 4.
Okay, so that's the easy part, alright? We'll get you doing the harder part at the start for the next question. Alright guys, that's that one there. Right? Any questions about that? No, we're good. Okay. So what we're going to do next is this one here. F after g of x equals 11. Okay, first of all, make what's g of x for question 5?
X squared minus 1, so it's 11 squared minus 1.
Alright, it would be if it was g bracket 11. You're right. But see the way the 11 is over the other side? See the way there's an equals?
Oh, yeah.
And then the 11's over the other side?
Yeah.
So what that basically means is that if you imagine this in its own box, and beside the g there's no 11. Sorry, I know, Jacob, just Out of the way for a second. Do you see the way do you see the way the 11 is not directly beside the G?
Yeah.
That means you don't replace it with 11.
Okay.
So just leave the equals 11 alone for until the very end of the question. Sean?
How can we put f in front of the x squared minus 1 and g?
Remember what I said at the start, you look at the bracket, whether it's a number or a letter, and you go which letter is which letter is closest to what's in the brackets. The answer is G. So I do the G rule first. I read what g of x is. G of x is x squared minus 1.
Yep.
I replace g of x with x squared minus 1. Okay? And then we now do the f rule for x squared minus 1.
Okay.
Alright? So what is the f rule, David, for this question?
F is equal to 2x minus 5.
And what does the x represent?
G.
It represents whatever is in the brackets beside the f. So what's in the brackets beside the f?
X squared minus 1.
There you go. Okay. Alright, multiply that out. Dylan, when you multiply this out?
2x squared.
Yeah. 2 times minus 1?
Minus 2.
And then minus 5. What's minus 2 minus 5?
Minus 7.
Yep. And what did we say the answer was? 11, yeah. Bring it over to your side. What you get now? 11 plus 7. And 11 plus 7 is 18 divided by 2.
X squared equals
9. And then x is going to equal 2 possible answers. 3 is one of them, and minus 3 being the other one. Alright?
You brought the numbers to the other side.
Another way of doing it would have been to bring the 9 over the other side, and you can say x squared minus 9 equals 0. Then some of you would say x squared minus 3 squared equals 0. That's the difference of the two squares. I think it's a type 4, I think that's what we call it. And then we get x plus 3, x minus 3 equals 0. Then x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0, x equals 3, x equals minus 3. Slightly longer, but you'll never forget the minus that way. Alright.